Hello and welcome back to Ganesh Institute. In today's video, we are taking another topic from soft computing and applications, that is MMTE007, and we are going to study about feed-forward and recurrent neural network. So what's the difference between them? If we talk about feed-forward and if we talk about the structure first. So in feed forward means it is going in one direction, okay? So information flows from only in one direction, that is from input layer to the output layer, okay? And while doing so, hidden layers are involved, okay? So only one direction, that is forward direction. But in recurrent neural network, we have a feedback system, okay? That means the output of a neuron can be feedback to the same neuron as well, the previous layer. So this is bidirectional, okay? Now, because it is unidirectional, the feed forward, okay? Because it is unidirectional, that's why there are no loops or cycles in the network, okay? Whereas you can see maybe this is going from here and again from here to there, from input to output and output to input. So this creates loops in the network, right? Then what have we got? Let's talk about the processing. So what happens, I have given you another example in the previous video where we talked about the perceptron. So there is a neuron and each neuron in a layer receives input. That is, let's say this is the neuron. Each neuron receives input from all the previous neurons, okay? All the previous neurons, the previous layers, and then a weighted sum of 3 inputs of all these inputs, whatever, in the quantity they are. So the activation sum, we take the weighted sum and then their activation. Activation means if this sum, that is the function, comes out as its value is greater than or equal to 0, we will take the value 1. And if it is not, if it is less than 0, then we take the value as 0. So that activation will be considered, and then this result will be passed on to the next layer, okay? Whereas what we do when it comes to feed backward, it has already an internal state or memory, okay? So it can retain information about the past inputs, and this is how it makes them suitable. All those inputs makes them suitable for processing sequential data, because feedback is involved in it, okay? And again, if we talk about the memory, so as we can see, it is just going from only in one direction from previous neurons to the next layer. So no input, no memory of past inputs is considered, okay? Output is totally dependent on the current input, okay? The current one, and then this weighted one. Whereas in the feed forward, what do we have is, it has memory, sequential data. So memory of past input is involved, and that is due to their internal state. And this allows them the dependency. There is temporal dependency in data, okay? So we can say that here the data is independent. So if we have to identify their application, so feed forward is well suited for those tasks which are where the input and output are independent, okay? For example, you can take that image classification, object detection, regression task. All these are the part of feed forward because it is All these are less complex. Whereas if we talk about the recurrent or the feedback system, because they are handling, this system is handling sequential data, so it requires wherein we need to have that dependency. For example, natural language programming or the speech recognition, which can identify the backward thing, and the time series analysis. So I'm hoping you are clear with the difference of feed forward and recurrent neural network. Which one is more complex? This one. If you like this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Till my next video, take care of yourself. Bye bye.